Shall we move on to The Tourist?
Let's move on to The Tourist. I can tell from the smirk on your face.
You can't tell anything. So this is nominally a remake of, apparently, of a French film called Anthony Zimmer, which I can't say I've seen, although looking through the press notes, it's interesting. The press notes seem to make very little reference, if any, to that. Anyway, actually, the thing it's closest to is that Wolfgang Petersen film Shattered, or even Face Off, or even Johnny Handsome. And in fact, had Mickey Rourke starred in this movie, the movie might have made some kind of sense, but he doesn't. It stars Angelina Jolie and Johnny Depp in a role which was turned down by Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise was in this weird period in which he was trying to find something for his talents, okay? And so he turned down this, and then he turned down Salt, which then Angelina Jolie did as a,
That's a wise move, Tom.
A wise move. Yep. No, but then he did Night and Day. Okay. And of the three of those movies, the Night and Day is the least interesting one. So anyway, so the story is Johnny Depp is a math teacher, because he's in America. They don't teach maths, they just teach the one. We're cleverer here. We learn maths, but they just learn math. And he's on a train, and Angelina Jolie is a kind of secretive figure. Maybe she's a secret agent, and she's had this relationship with this guy who's kind of a big sort of underworld figure. Everyone's trying to get him. She gets a note from him saying, get on the such and such a train going to Venice. Find somebody who physically resembles me and make the police think that he is me, okay? So Johnny Depp is on the train, and he physically resembles the person that she's actually connected with, who incidentally has had millions and millions of dollars of plastic surgery, so could be anyone. Anyway, Johnny Depp's just a boring old maths teacher.
Math.
Here's a clip.
I'm Elise.
I'm Frank.
That's a terrible name.
It's the only one I've got.
Maybe we can find you another.
Okay. What brings you to Venice?
You read spy novels. I'm a mysterious woman on a train. You tell me what my story is.
Okay. I think you'd be a diplomatic attaché. Or maybe a girl from East Germany whose father's been kidnapped. And they're blackmailing you into stealing something for them. Probably a microfilm. There's usually microfilm involved.
What awaits me?
Trouble, certainly.
Danger.
Oh, yeah. You'll most likely be shot at in less than 2 chapters.
Is there a man in my life?
Have to wait and see.
Okay, so Johnny Depp,
the train in the background.
That's the train that they're on. She's Angelina Jolie, woman of mystery and stuff. He's Johnny Depp, boring math teacher who happens to be the same physical height or whatever it is as the man that she's going to meet, whose entire face has been changed by facial surgery so no one knows what it looks like, and she's meant to make police think that Johnny Depp. The next thing you know, Johnny Depp is involved in a world of intrigue about which he knows nothing, because he's a math teacher. But they don't know what the person is, because he's had... Now, okay, if you've seen Shattered, if you've seen Johnny... As I said, Mickey Rourke, this was the role that was written for Mickey Rourke. It is Dumbo in ways you can't believe. It's a film that starts off very early on. The people that are watching Angelina Jolie, okay? Angelina Jolie comes out of her house. Angelina Jolie incidentally never appears to walk out of any room without having spent at least 5 hours getting ready. She walks out of the room, and the camera, the surveillance camera, zooms in on her posterior, okay? And the people observing her have some discussion about what she might or might not be wearing under her very elegant skirt. That's the level of the film. It is a level of the film which is, does my bum look big in this? That seems to be the key question for any of it. What's going on?
Presumably the answer to that is unlikely.
Unlikely. And everyone, there's not a single shot in which she doesn't look like they've lined the shot up to make sure that she's up. Johnny Depp, on the other hand, is trying to downplay schlubby math teacher. Schlubby math. You go, it's Johnny Depp. It's Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, schlubby math teacher. Do I think there's any possibility that Johnny Depp is a schlubby math teacher? I wonder how this is going to play out.
Meg Ryan in the helicopter?
Yeah, although in that Meg Ryan was a helicopter pilot. So anyway, then they go up to Venice. You look at some bits of Venice. That's nice. I like Venice. Like Don't Look Now. Quite like that bit in Wings of the Dove when they go to Venice. Oh, Venice looks very nice. Look, there's Angelina Jolie walking around in Venice. You know, does my bum look big in this? No. Johnny Depp, do I look like a convincing math teacher? No. Now, when the denouement comes...
Tenement.
If you,
in the tenement.
If 10 minutes into the film you hadn't spotted the gentleman in the tenement, then frankly you just aren't trying. I mean, it is It's just silly beyond belief. It's amazing what you can do with $20 million worth of plastic surgery in it, governor. And yet, astonishingly, one of my colleagues at the end of the film actually still hadn't realised what was going on and had to have it explained to them. And then when they realised what was going on, thought the film was even stupider than they had thought. So there's no.
Who was that?
It's no, it's just for reasons of.
Well, I know I have to ask WikiLeaks, am I?
Yes, you are going to have to argue. It's directed by, Florian Henkel von Donnersmarck, who the last thing he did was Florian Henkel von Donnersmarck, who the last thing he did was The Lives of Others, right? And so, from that to this, but presumably he's trying to do a Wolfgang Petersen, trying to go from very respectable foreign language work to, frankly, fluffy Hollywood. And it's candy floss. It's nothing. I quite enjoyed it. I mean, I laughed at a couple of places. I chortled. There was a couple of nice little quips. I quite like Johnny Depp. Angelina Jolie is just funny in as much as it doesn't matter what's going on, but she's always perfectly and it is complete balderdash from beginning to end. Kind of knows it's balderdash. I think it has pretensions. I mean, the screenplay was co-written by our old friend Julian Fellows, and in the notes, obviously, they talk about it being an intense psychological thriller. No, it's not. It's Face Off. It's Johnny Handsome. It's Shattered. It's the movie when it's Scooby-Doo, right? It's Scooby-Doo, and he would have got away with it too if it hadn't been for you pesky kids.